Get yourself, just get yourself ready for your morning practice. Sit yourself onto your lift, and then come into a good cross legs with your hands in Namaste. So just have a little wriggle about. Just make sure that you're feeling evenly seated, that there's levelness at the hips, there's level weight in the feet. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the heart area, elevating the heart area upwards and drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just focus on drawing your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Fill in your lungs from the bottom to the top, and emptying your lungs from the top to the bottom. Fill in your lungs from the bottom to the top, and emptying your lungs from the top to the bottom. Keep your eyes still in the sockets. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste. Push the palms of your hands firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows. And then with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Just focus on the feeling of filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area, and then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Just hold on to your knees, lift up into the heart area, drawing your shoulders down. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose. And then with an exhalation, turn around to the right side, drawing your abdomen from the left to the right. Drawing the abdomen across the ribs and the shoulders. Using each subsequent exhalation to intensify the turn of the spine. Just working with sensitivity to how your body is feeling. And then come back to the centre, hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, elevate the heart area to the ceiling, take a deep inhalation. And with the exhalation, turn to the left. Again, digging the back hand firmly into the floor to maintain the lift and elevation of the chest. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then come back to the centre, hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. And then come off your lift, sit back on your heels, the big toes together, the knees apart. Just let your legs just settle into virasana for a moment, letting the shins press into the floor, consciously pressing the shin bones into the shin skin. Lift up into the heart area and then gently come forwards. You can use a bolster underneath your chest if there's discomfort in your back. Otherwise, stretch forwards, keep the heart area lifted, keep the head lifted. Keep the seat bones down on the heels as much as you can. Then bring the forehead down. Or use a block beneath the forehead if you lose contact between the seat bones and the heels. Just observe how this feels for your back this morning. And adjusting your position using a bolster underneath the chest if it feels too strong. Listening to the breath. Just waking the body up with the energy of the breath. Come up onto your knees, have your hands as wide apart as the mat, have your feet as wide apart as the mat, and then come up into dog down. Just breathing from the bottom of the lungs to the top, activating your legs by tightening the kneecaps, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, activating the thigh muscles, lifting the fronts of the thighs up towards the top of the leg, pushing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Observe your balance of action. The balance of the in-breath and the out-breath. Step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position, and then get a couple of blocks for your hands for half uttanasana, and then have your feet as wide, come up into a standing position, have your feet as wide apart as your mat, have your blocks on the highest lift to start off with, just to give you some additional height. Align the edge of your feet with the edge of the mat. Just have a quick look just to make sure the outside edge of the foot lines up with the outside edge of the mat. Tighten the kneecaps, lift up into the chest. Try and stretch the thumbs towards each other behind your back. Wing the elbows towards each other. Lift up into the heart area. And then keeping the head lifted, keeping the chin and the chest driving forwards, come forwards, hinging at the hips. Keeping the back dead straight. Come up onto the fingertips. Press the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Projecting the chin and the chest forwards. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Keeping the kneecaps tightened. Turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. Pushing the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Lifting the seat bones. Is there evenness in the action? If you can go down lower, then do. But just continue to project the spine away from the legs, hitting the legs back, keeping the legs straight, tightening the kneecaps, pressing the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees, lifting the fronts of the thighs up towards the ceiling. So straight legs are always the priority, projecting the chin and the chest forwards. If you can come down lower, then do, but just be really conscious of your back. Work with sensitivity. Lift up into the legs, lift the seat bones, project the chin and the chest forwards. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into a standing position. Just be in Tadasana, just have the inner edge of your feet together, lifting up into the chest. Stretching the arms down, lifting the heart area up to the ceiling. Filling the lungs with breath. Filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. Just feel that you are in a straight line. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump your feet apart nice and wide, and then turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out. Turn the chest to face the front. Just feel how the feet connect to the ground, and turn the legs from the inside out. And then reach down, find the shin. You can always use a chair. Just work to straighten the legs. So if there's reduced mobility because of an injury, then you can always use a chair, remember. So you can always just come down just a little higher. You can just use the chair to give you just additional space. So if you've got a bad back and you've got resistance, then use the chair, but keep the legs straight, keep the kneecap tightened. Turn the chest. Feel the lungs from the bottom to the top. Empty your lungs from the top to the bottom. Come back to the center. Just release your hands, swap the feet around. So again, if you've got reduced mobility for today because of an injury, then you can just use a chair. Just have something a little higher than you would normally use, and then you can just come down a little way rather than kind of pushing yourself too far. So lift up into the chest, bring the chest to face the front, stretch your arms out, and then come over to the left. Use the chair if you need it. Keep the legs straight. Turn the thighs all the way out on both legs. And then come back to the centre, hold on to, bring the feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together, and then come back into Tadasana. So everyone grab yourself a chair. So have the back of the chair facing you, and we're just going to come into uttanasana. So to use the back of the chair. If you haven't got a chair, you can just use a tabletop or a windowsill. But we're going to come forwards with our feet hip width apart, with the toes turning inwards. So just turn your toes inwards, lift up into your chest, tighten your kneecaps, and then turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. That's really important because it will give you space in your hips. So turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, keep turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, and then hinge at the hips. And then reach forwards. Just bring your hands onto the top of the chair, or you can, like I say, you can just use a windowsill or something that's just kind of at hip height. So just press the little finger side of the hand down onto the chair or whatever lift you're using, and then try and lengthen your legs away from the back of the chair. Try and push the fronts of the legs forwards. Keep the chest and the head looking forwards. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, lengthening the spine, lengthening the legs away from the chair, projecting the chin and the chest forwards. Keeping the head lifted. As soon as you drop your head, look what happens in your shoulders. It makes you push your shoulder blades out. So push the shoulder blades towards the front chest. Keep looking forwards towards the chair. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just lengthening the legs away from the back of the chair. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, drawing the shoulder blades through to the front chest. And then just bring yourself back up into a standing position. So just feel the energy of the stretch, maintaining energy into the muscles and into the skin. So we're going to come forwards one more time. So there's a couple of things to avoid. So the main thing is dropping the head. So I want you to really maintain the lift of the heart area. So in this first stage, just lift the heart area really consciously up towards the ceiling. Stretch your arms away. Bring your hands onto your hips. Keep the heart area lifted. Activate your legs, tighten the kneecaps, turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, keep the head lifted, and then hinge at the hips. When the torso becomes parallel to the floor, then stretch your arms forwards. And then turn the fronts of the thighs inwards again. The fronts of the thighs from the little toe side to the big toe side. Hit your heels further apart. Press the shins through to the calf muscles, the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees, the tops of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Keep turning the thighs inwards and it will give you space. Lift the heart, lift the seat bone area, and then lengthen from the hips into the armpits, keeping the head lifted. Breathing even deep inhalations. If you're using a chair, maybe you can slide your hands down the back of the chair a little, but all the time keeping the head lifted, keeping the spine long. If you can reach down to the seat of the chair, then do. But just keep the heart area lifted. Keep the legs hitting away. So you really lengthen out into those side ribs. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Hitting the legs away, projecting the chin and the chest deeply forwards. Okay, walk your hands back up the chair. And then come back up into Tadasana. So be in Tadasana, inner edge of the feet together, just lifting the chest. So just that extreme length from the hips into the armpits in supported uttanasana brings energy to the pose. The energy into the torso. So listen to the sound of the breath. Okay, and then gently relax. So we're going to use, we're going to do malasana, but using a support. So ideally, you might need like a door frame or something. You've got to be able to trust that whatever it is that you're holding on to is going to give you the necessary support. So if you can't have anything, I'll give you an alternative version of the pose. But the first version of the pose is you're going to just stand, you're going to sit at a legs distance away from the wall, and then you might need a couple of blocks to the sides of you. You pull your feet in and then you push yourself up. I'm on a bit of a slope here into malasana, and then you get hold of the post or the door frame, and then about head height, holding onto the chair, onto whatever it is, and then turn the tailbone in, lift the chest, keep the heart area lifted. So then you might kind of walk yourself down, but we're going to start off high up. So if you don't have a wall, something that you feel like is going to be strong enough, then just sit with your feet on a lift, bring your feet in, and then see if you can lift yourself forward and stretch forward this way. So whichever version feels most doable for you. So it just needs to be not a piece of furniture, especially a piece of furniture that you can pull off the wall. So it needs to be something fairly, well, very strong. So just bring your feet in towards the body and then push yourself up into malasana. So the inner edge of the feet are together. So you can use blocks to the sides of your hips to help you to lift. And then hold onto the door frame and then lift up as deeply as you can, and then hinge forwards just at the hips. Just allow yourself to lean back a little, but really turning the tailbone in. Maybe you walk your hands down, keeping the chest lifted, keeping the heart area driving forwards towards the chin and the chest. Okay, and then walk your hands back up and then guide yourself back down onto the floor. And then just come into cross legs, just sit directly onto the floor in cross legs, hold onto the knees, lift up into the chest. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Drawing the heart area up to the ceiling. If there's discomfort in your back, then just stay at this stage. Otherwise, lift up into the chest. And then maybe with a couple of blocks in front of you, we're just going to gently lift up into the chest and come forward, keeping the heart area lifted, keeping the head lifted. Just reach forwards with the blocks underneath your hands and then just stretching forwards just a little bit at a time. If you've got discomfort in your back, then just stay at the first stage, just sitting upright. Otherwise, keep turning the tailbone in. Try and keep the tailbone down, lengthening the chin and the chest forwards. And then walk your hands back to the center. And then just change the way that you're crossing your legs. Swap the legs around. So if you're doing half padmasana, make the other leg go on top. If you're doing just straightforward swastikasana, crossing the legs, then cross the legs the other way. Again, you just, if you need to, you can sit on a lift just to keep the knees down low. So again, any back problems, just stay at the first stage, lifting up into the heart area, not coming forward. Otherwise, just lengthening the heart area forwards as you come forwards, just a little bit at a time. Just creeping the hands forwards, keeping the head lifted, keeping the heart area lifted. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Just stretching out the hips. Okay, and then just gently walk yourself back, come back into cross legs, just observe the energy of the body. So you're sitting in the unnatural crossed leg position, so perhaps you feel as though you're kind of sitting to one side more than normal, so see if you can just address that. Try and make both seat bones feel even. Just listening to the breath. And then just stretch your legs out in front. Grab a belt if you've got one. Again, sit on a lift. If sitting directly on the floor doesn't work for you, then sit on a couple of blocks. So sit directly on there. Otherwise, so if you feel that you kind of sink and you roll onto the kind of back of the seat bones, then sit on a lift. Otherwise, just roll over, move the buttock flesh out to the side, have the feet together, and then get the belt. Get the belt, and then throw the belt around your feet. So around the ball joint of your feet. And then pull against the belt and roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. So the first action is to activate the legs and to roll off the back of the seat bones. So if you're rolling onto the back of the seat bones, your chest will sink like this. So push the feet really firmly into the belt and roll onto the front edge of the seat bones, lifting up into the heart area. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So rolling onto the front edge of the seat bones. elevate the heart area upwards. Feel that you're sitting on the front edge of the seat bones. Activate your legs, push the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards from the little toe side to the big toe side, turning the inner knees down towards the floor. If you can come forwards a little bit at a time. Just if you've got a sensitive back, then coming forwards when the legs are together like this can be too strong, so you might want to just stay at the first stage. Just coming from dandasana, just a little bit at a time into paschimottanasana. So if you hold onto your feet rather than the belt, try not to hold onto the tops of the feet. That makes you close here. Rotate your hands around to the outside edge of your feet. Bring your thumbs with your fingers. Activate the legs, lifting up into the heart area, just coming forwards a little bit at a time, but at all times keeping the heart area lifted, keeping the head lifted. Just gently observing your back, listening to the back. So we don't try and drop the head too soon. You got to try and bring the chest down onto the legs before you drop your head. Okay, and then gently come back to the center. And then just come down onto your back, just sitting down into supta, baddha. So the soles of the feet are together, the knees are apart. And just rest down into the floor. Just focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling, either interlock the fingers and turn the palms all the way out, or you can hook the thumbs together and then lengthen your arms along the floor. If there's stiffness in your hips, then put blocks underneath your thighs. If there's stiffness in your shoulders, you can put a folded blanket or some blocks underneath your hands. Drawing the belly button towards the spine, turning the tailbone in up to the ceiling. Just raise your arms, interlock your fingers the unnatural way, or hook the thumbs in the other direction. And then stretch your arms along the floor away from the body. And then gently draw your knees towards each other. Have your feet, your knees together and your feet apart. Just resting your back into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just a gentle massage on the spine. So we can do supta kapotasana, the reclining pigeon. So just get really comfortable in your back if you can. And then get hold of the shins and then pull the feet as close to the seat bones as you can. Bring the feet onto the floor. Bring the feet as close to the seat bones as you can. Keep your left foot where it is and then bring your right knee in towards the chest. Flexing that right heel. Pulling the knee in towards the chest. Keeping the left foot where it is. But just really stretching that right knee in towards the chest. And then bring that right foot across the top of the left thigh. Hold on to that right foot with your left hand. And then just initially encourage the right knee to move away from the chest. So you open up the inner groin on that right side. Try and bring your heel of that right foot into the inner pelvic bone on the left side, if you can, or you can just bring that foot as close as you can. And then keep that right foot on top of the thigh, bring your hands interlock your fingers behind the left knee, and then draw that left knee in towards the chest, flexing that left heel. Just pulling the left knee in towards the chest. If you've got your foot got your heel right in the inner pelvic bone region on the left side, then you're giving your abdomen a good massage. But sometimes it's nice to just bring that foot up the thigh a little more and then pull the knee in towards the chest again, just for a slightly deeper stretch in the hamstrings and the quads. And then gently release, just uncross the foot and then bring the feet down onto the floor as close to the seat bones as you can. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And draw your left knee into the chest. So it's the right knee last time, so bring the left knee in towards the chest, flexing that left heel. So just the other side, just pulling that knee into the chest. And then bring the top of the left foot over the top of the right thigh. Hold on to that left foot with your right hand and then encourage that left knee to stretch away from the chest, just opening up the inner groin region on that left side. Just relax the knee. Try and bring the heel into the inner pelvic bone on that right side, and then reach behind the right knee, interlocking the fingers behind the right knee and drawing that right knee in towards the chest. Just stretching out the lower back, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Again, if you've got that heel in the inner pelvic bone on the right side, then you're giving your abdomen a good massage. But just to accentuate the stretch of the hamstrings and the back of the thigh, bring that foot a bit higher up the leg and then draw the in towards the chest. And then gently release the legs, and then just stretch yourself out along the floor for a moment, just letting the body rest down into the floor. So have a quick look, make sure you're in a good straight line, and then just gently rest down onto the floor. And then just bring your knees back into your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then bring your feet down onto the floor, bring your feet together and your knees together. You'll need a bit of space either side of you. So we can do jathara, parivartanasana. So have your hands out in line with your shoulders. Bring the knees together, bring the feet together and keep them together. And we're going to bring the knees over to the right side. But keep the feet clamped together so that when you go over to the right side, the left foot will lift off the floor. Keep the knees clamped together, keep the feet clamped together. And then roll those knees over to the right side, keeping the right foot on the floor. Draw the abdomen from the right to the left and then look over that left hand. Jathara, parivartanasana. Just a really nice stretch of the abdomen and of the lower back. And then come back to the center. Just reset in the middle, just get the feet as close to the seat bones as you can. Keep the knees clamped together, the feet clamped together. Bring the knees over to the left side, keeping the outside edge of that left foot down onto the floor. Draw the abdomen from the left to the right and look over the right hand. Keeping the knees together, keeping the feet together. And then bring the knees back to the center. Pull your feet in towards the seat bones and then just rest down into supta, baddha. Just let the knees fall apart. Let the knees fall apart. Just rest your back into the floor. Just allowing the body to release into the floor. And then gently draw your knees together. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then just roll onto your side and then come up into a seated position. Just get a bolster if you've got one, or you can use some cushions if you don't. Just have that for underneath your knees. Have a folded blanket for underneath your head. And then just bring yourself down in a really good straight line right down the centre of your mat. And allow your body to release into the floor. Close your eyes. And allow yourself to completely let go. With each exhalation, allow the body to release into the ground, releasing the spine into the floor. Allow the body to completely let go, unhooking the muscles of the arms and the legs so that the body becomes heavy on the ground. Just observe the feeling of the energetic body radiating energy from the muscle, from the bones and into the muscles, muscles into the organs. Just observe that feeling of energetic lightness radiating from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes and into the fingertips and up into the top of the head. ready to disturb yourself, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. And then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have the feet apart, the knees together, just a gentle pressure on the lower back, just pressing that into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in the masti. Final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy, the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then with an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel like you've given yourself a good old stretch and you have released tension and given yourself good energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining.